Are you looking for an easy to use and an organized way of tracking your pitches to editors? Maybe you're using a spreadsheet like this, which is what I used to use, and it just looked so overwhelming and confusing, and it was hard to see what I sent out. I recently started using Airtable, which makes it so much easier to track who I'm sending the pitches to, what pitches I've sent, and when. Hello, it's Arit here from Essetino Media, always helping you create profitable content. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to easily track pitching editors using Airtable. So if you're not familiar with Airtable, it is a tracking tool that I use for absolutely every aspect of my business, to track client projects, to track emails that I've sent out, outreach. I even use it as a tool with clients as a project management tool. Think of it like a spreadsheet, but on steroids, combined with Trello and other content management systems in one. So I'll show you how to create this tracker, and I'll kind of guide you through what it is. But if at any point you are interested in getting Airtable, you can use the link in the description for an absolute free account. You can sign up and start using it in your pitches to editors. Okay, so as you can see, I have all of my different publications listed off in this first column here. And if I've sent multiple pitches to that publication, it groups it really nicely like this. So I could see when was the last time I pitched them, what was the topic, what's the status of that pitch. I've created a separate column for a link to the pitch. So you could technically create a column here where you can paste the pitch directly into the column. And when I say pitch, it's basically the message or the email that you sent out to that editor. I like to keep track of these things because I don't want to go diving through my emails to find that email. What did I say? How did I say it? It's really good to keep track of this in one place too, because if you get a response from that editor, you want to see that message that you sent, because it's likely that format of the message will work for other editors as well. I also included a notes column here just for any general additional things that I want to note. And you might not need to add this column, but I always like to see when I last modified this record or this row, because that tells me when I've changed the status. So you see here it says July 16th, so I know July 16th is when I've made some form of change to this row right here. But let me show you how to actually create this. So the first thing you need to do is click on the link in the description, create your free Airtable account. So all you need to do is, you won't see all of these obviously in your account, but you'll see a plus sign. So you just need to click on that plus sign. It'll create a base for you with already 4 default columns that I'll show you how to change those up. And if, by the way, you've already been using a Google Sheet or anything like that, you can actually import that from here. So it'll bring that data in here so you can continue working in Airtable with that data that you've already recorded. But I'm just going to X out of this for the purposes of this video. You can come up here, give your base a name. So you could say editor tracking sheet, hit enter. And then now all we need to do is modify these columns and basically make them whatever you need. So for me, the first column here was publication name. So I just need to click on this drop down menu, click on customize field type, and it's actually okay that it's a single line text, so that's fine. We don't need to change it to paragraph or anything like that. This is where, for each of these columns, you can come here and select from a range of different types of fields, essentially. But for this one, it's cool to just leave it on single line text, and then you could write in here, publication name, hit save. The next one we can add is the actual pitch or the subject of the pitch. So I'm going to right click and select insert right. It's going to be a single line text, and we're going to put pitch topic, hit create field. The next one I'm going to do again the same thing, right click on the column, select insert right, and I know we need a date column, so date that I've sent the pitch. And we can scroll through here because this is a date. We're going to select date, and you can adjust the date format, whatever looks good to you. I like to have the actual month in there. You can also include time if you want. but let's go ahead and create that field. And there's actually already one of the default columns is status. So if you want to move any of these columns, all you need to do is just click and then drag it into place. So right there is good. And by default, if I click into one of these, the 3 status options that I have is to do, in progress, and done. So you might want to change those options to not started or pitch sent or follow-up sent or anything that basically works for your process. Let's go back to see what I did here. So I created sent pitch, sent follow-up, try with new pitch next time. So I don't actually have a not started because I actually add the record in here, or the row, when I've sent the pitch, but maybe you want to prepare for future pitches. So you can start actually populating this spreadsheet and already have the date, a future date that you're going to send it out, and you can select not started. So let me show you how to change this on your status column here. So select the column header, select customize field type, and then right in here is where you can type in not started. You could put pitch sent, maybe first follow-up sent, depending on how many times you want to follow up with that person. I typically only send one follow-up email after the initial pitch, because in that follow-up email, I basically say, if I don't hear back from you by X date, then I'll assume you're passing on this pitch and I'll be in touch with future pitches. So that's kind of how I seal up the conversation. And another thing you can do as well is actually change the color of these options. You can click on this drop down and change it to whatever color you like right here. So once you're happy with your options, you can hit save. And then so you can see here, I can now select my different options, right? This date column is going to pull up when you double click in it. It's going to pull up a calendar, which makes it super easy to select. And maybe you want to add a column for the editor's name or the editor's email address. So just follow the same sort of process of right-clicking on the column, inserting to the right, selecting whatever type of column you want to create, adding the field name until you're super happy with your spreadsheet. There is this column here by default. If you want to get rid of anything, you just need to right-click and then select delete field and it'll get rid of it for you. One more thing I want to show you is how do I get this grouping factor? Because maybe you as well, you're sending multiple pitches to the same editor and you want to be able to see at a glance how many times and what pitches you've sent to them. This is called a grouping feature. So you can see here, I've grouped it by one field, and that field is the publication name. So let me go back here and let's just say, you know, this is publication A, and then it's a little bit laggy. Let's say I've also sent another pitch to publication A, and this right here is publication B. So to add that grouping feature, you just need to go over here where it says group, and then it's going to ask you, what do you want to group by? So you just need to change this over here to publication name. And then when you click out of it, you can see here that it's grouped nicely. It looks clean, it's easy to read, and it just makes it more fun as well to track your pitches to editors. So that's how to track your pitches to editors using Airtable. Remember, there's a link in the description to sign up for your free Airtable account. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button to let YouTube know that it's great content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.